What's going on there? What's up, dude? No, I totally understand, bro. I just like randomly decided to stream, so I'm like, I know it's late, but I want to go for it. I had the longest day, dude. I had to help a friend move. I had to help my dad. My dad helped me work on my car. So lots to do. But I'm trying to catch that elusive S-Class hauler right now. Bro, I've also had a few gin and tonics. And I've actually pretty much been drinking all day. So, yeah. Probably playing like an idiot right now. Hidden, while you're here, because I know you gotta leave soon. Oh, that's a B class, goddamn. Check out this hauler, bro. This shit is so fresh. I already got one of these A-class hauler, but I want that S-class. I've not seen one land at all yet. I want it so bad. But this one's mine right here. Oh, you had to attend a training all day? Damn, bro, that's whack. Bro, so I know, okay, you saw Cobra today. I know you heard those audio files, bro. While I got you here, while you're in the chat, what do you think, man? Are you excited or what? Too far away from the TV. Is that a C class or an S class? Watch it be a C class. Damn. Oh shit. Another C class. Alright, so Hidden says, When I heard the audio, I wanted to do a front flip off a 4-story parking garage through a table. Hell yeah, dude. Bro, the part of that got me the most excited, okay, was when right after the game boots up and it says Atlas suit activated, and then it starts going through the checklist, and it's like the reminder that, like, player models and all that kind of stuff. And then it says mining beam laser initiated. Like, just that whole thing. Oh, man. I'm so stoked, dude. So stoked. Damn, B-class. If you get the chance tomorrow, bro, tune into the last Nomad race before next drops. So, I know you guys have heard me say this before. For whoever's watching now or will watch later, we've got the last Nomad race coming tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's going to be Hidden Panda Show, which we're going to be streaming on Twitch. You know, so we've got a Twitch channel as well. We'll be on Twitch tomorrow at Hidden Panda Show on Twitch. You can find us there. We're part of the Convergence with Boondock, K5RTO, Melamoni, Iceman Third ID, and all those guys that are part of the Convergence on Twitch. So, you know, be on the lookout. But on YouTube, the whole crew's going to be there. So myself and Ranger KT of the NMS Cafe sort of organized this thing, and we're going to have Mac 4 Day there. He's going to be holding his original title. So Mac 4 Day is the championship winner of this particular Nomad race the last time around. So everybody's going to be going for his championship. We're going to have 3 total races. So there's going to be race A, race B, and the winner of each one goes on to the undisclosed 3rd race location. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, we're going to have Mac 4 Day. We're going to have Semtex and Sword from News and Space. It's going to be Hidden Panda Show on Twitch. We're going to have Snow Obsidian, aka Geeky Pikachu, streaming as well. It's going to be lots of fun. Lots of people are trying to get in the race, but we're full. So place your bets. It's going to be a good time. Hell yeah, appreciate the shout out, Hidden. Have a good night, man. And yeah, dude. Take it easy, bro. Aw, snap, we got Grammy in the chat. What's going on, Grammy? I'm doing pretty good. I had a very busy day. I just suddenly decided to stream very last minute. I helped a friend move, had to work on my car, stuff like that. So I had a long day. So basically, my friend lives in a 3rd-story apartment, or on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex. So I had to help them move all their stuff out, and they're essentially moving to a different unit in the same apartment complex, a bigger one. So we took all the furniture and everything down 3 flights of stairs, walked it across the way, and then up another 3 flights of stairs into their new apartment. And we must have made that back and forth journey like probably 30 to 40 times throughout the whole day. And then as soon as I was done with that, I had to come home and work on my car. So my dad helped me out, and basically we had to change a shock strut on the front of the car. We just got done doing 2 of the rears, and we had to replace 1 in the front. So my car's got 124,000 miles on it. Got to do that preventative maintenance and upkeep. So yeah, Panda's been busy. That's why you guys haven't seen me streaming as much also, by the way, or putting up a lot of videos, because I've been tremendously busy. Right now, I'm trying to cop that S-Class hauler. So for you guys, so I think there's like 2 of you that are just popping in. So this is my hauler, but it's an A class. I love this thing. But it's an A class 48 slot, and I'd like to try to get an S class 48 slot. I've been trying for days now. I've not seen this thing land in an S class. Maybe this will be the lucky night with you guys here. Maybe this will be the lucky one. Get this thing to come in. Oh, it's all good, Grammy. If you could just be in the chat, if you can just watch it, hang out with everybody, that's gonna be awesome too. I was gonna stream it on YouTube, but I figured, you know, I'm part of the convergence on Twitch with Boondock and Melamoni and K5RTO, Iceman Third ID, and a bunch of people on. There's a great community. They've invited me to be part of their Twitch community, and I've gladly accepted, and I'm really excited to stream that event tomorrow on Twitch, because the last time I streamed it on YouTube. But we've got a lot of great streamers this time, so for those that didn't hear earlier, we're going to have Mac 4 Day. We're going to have Snow Obsidian, aka Geeky Pikachu. Hidden Panda Show is going to be on Twitch. We're going to have Sword and Semtex UK from Noobs in Space. I'm sure you guys have heard Sword and Semtex actually on Cobra TV and stuff like that before. So lots of cool people that are going to be participating in the race, but not necessarily streaming. Lots of people that are really well known in the No Man's Sky Amino community. So it's going to be lots of fun. I'm telling you, you guys should really tune in. If you don't have a Twitch, no worries, that's where I'll be. But yeah, check out Mac 4 Day, check out Snow Obsidian, you know, check out Noobs in Space. Oh, C-Class, damn it. Yeah, Grammy. Just read your comment. It gets busy sometimes. It gets busy sometimes. You know, for some of those people out there that you know do the YouTube and Twitch thing full time. Big props to those guys. I wish that was something that that I could do. I'm hoping Cobra, you know, could be doing this full time as well. Big supporter of the Cobra TV subcast and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, life gets in the way sometimes. That's also why you guys haven't heard too much from HiddenJewAgenda lately, just because he started a new shift at work. He's got a lot of stuff going on with his family, all good, positive stuff. Changes with the band, you know, things like that. So Hidden has been very busy. He's not been able to really participate in the channel a whole lot lately either. So, you know, Hidden Panda Show has been a little dry lately. But don't worry, guys. We'll get right back on the swing of things. But yeah, life can happen. Plus, I'm a real A-type personality, so I'm very social and outgoing. And when I'm not busy doing things that like I have to do, I'm also going out. You know, I'm hanging out with friends. I'm going to places. I'm traveling. I'm doing things like that. So it's hard to find balance, but we'll get there. Oh snap, we got Slade Braddock in the house. What's going on, Slade? Thank you for joining the stream, buddy. Yes, hashtag Delta Free Market Hub. For those of you that do not know, the Hidden Panda Show has started a hub in the Delta, fully federated by the Federation. So we're part of the same group as the Galactic Hub and stuff like that. We just occupy Delta space. We started this whole thing with Slade. Slade and his Civ Epic Pirates were the first Civ to join our hub. And I think we've got like a total of 4 or 5 civilizations in our hub now, so things are kind of taking off pretty quick. We've got our own amino, so make sure you check out our amino, Delta Free Market Hub. You can just call us Delta Hub for short, but the reason why we wanted to go with the name Free Market is because we're going to start seeding farms, we're going to start figuring out trade routes, and with Next coming, and you know, with the possibility of potentially players being able to trade with each other, we just want to be that hub that has an open line of free market trade. No drama, you know. So, come check us out. If you're an individual that's looking for a cool hub to come live in, check out the Delta Free Market Hub. Or if you're a civilization that's looking for an area to sort of set up your headquarters, also consider the Delta Free Market Hub. And we're actually doing a contest right now, guys, where basically if you are in the Delta and you're registered with the Delta Free Market Hub and you're the first person to find a squid ship, because we haven't found one yet, if you're the first person to find a squid ship in the Delta Hub, there's a prize involved. Basically, you'll get a set of custom-made t-shirts by Slade Braddock himself with the Delta Free Market Hub logo, but with your civilization's logo also if you're registered with the Delta Free Market Hub. So, there you have it, guys. Make sure you check us out. Yeah, dude. 3 part-time jobs, Grammy? That's crazy. One time, Grammy, not that long ago, actually, me and my wife have always taken care of her family because her father had passed away when they were all very young. And so, you know, we had to basically help her mother raise 2 teenagers. Her mother's sick, and we had to help take care of her mother and stuff like that. And we had got an opportunity to move out on our own, but it required that, you know, we make a certain amount of money. So there was one time where I worked 2 full-time jobs, but the trick was I still wanted to have my Saturdays and Sundays off because, like we established a little while ago, I'm a very social person. So I worked 2 full-time jobs back-to-back, Monday through Friday. I would get up really early in the morning. I would get to my first job by 6. I would work until 2. I would get off at 2. I would start my next job and work until 11. So when it was all said and done, I was working 16 hours a day, not commute time included, because you got to throw commute time in there. I was working 16 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and I did that for a year. So I'm used to, certainly used to hard work. What's going on, Funny Imps? Thanks for joining the chat, man. Appreciate it. I'm hunting some S-Class haulers right now, for those that don't know. So there's not going to be much to look at on this stream. And I decided to stream last minute, so hopefully we can have some fun, but for the most part, it's going to be pretty chill, I think. Got empty benches in the house. Panda, Hidden, Granny, Funny Imps, Slade, everyone. What's going on, Brick? You are a legend, for sure. Sean Murray says, hubs, not guns. What's that in reference to? There's a lot of talk about guns and civilizations. What about factions? You know, man, to be honest, factions and hubs are no different. They're the same thing. And some hubs are going to be at war with each other, and some hubs are going to be allianced with or allied with each other. So, and depending on how multiplayer is handled in the next update, you know, the faction stuff that we've always dreamed of, and that, you know, Sean Murray told us was going to be a focus of No Man's Sky. You know, I think that potentially may be a player-driven thing in this next update, and that would be very cool. So, the Delta Free Market Hub is not about that life, but we're not pushovers either. So, I'll just leave it at that. And we are, thanks to 710, we are fully federated with the Federation. So we're sort of we occupy in the same group as the Galactic Hub and the AGT Hub and stuff like that. We're just in the Delta, so we are the Delta Hub. Sean Murray the God says, I may have started a faction, just hoping to get some people behind it. Now, when you say faction, Sean Murray the God, what are you saying exactly? What is the purpose of your faction? What is your intention? I'm not familiar with Freelancer, if you could break that down for me. Oh my god, guys. Gaming Lime in the chat. So, for anybody that is relatively new to the Hidden Panda Show, Gaming Lime was one of our very first subscribers when we started our channel like 6 months ago. So, it is an honor to have Gaming Lime in the chat. He's been a day oneer for the channel, and we are a big fan of his. We've actually had him in the chat, voice chat, a couple of times on the show. And Gaming Lime, big shout out, man. I know things have been crazy for you and you haven't always been able to make it, so I appreciate you jumping on tonight. Maybe the Ancients will be their own faction. I'm not opposed. Yeah, Sean Marie the God. The lore stuff is pretty cool, man. If you're doing role-playing, just, you know, heed this advice. Don't allow your fantasy roleplay in No Man's Sky to bleed into other people's very real communities. That's the best thing that I can say. Make sure that you roleplay with other people that are roleplaying, and you're gonna fit right in, man. There's a lot of really great communities out there that do a lot of roleplaying, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just make sure that you're playing with people who are playing the way you play. We've had some issues recently where people are roleplaying and causing problems with groups and organizations and communities that are not role-playing and disturbing things, and you know, so just kind of know where you are in this space, and you know, do your thing, man. Role plays are always fun. Every great story has a great villain, you know, so life finally cooled down, huh, Gaming Lime? I hear you, buddy. Things have been really busy for me, so, which for, you know, any long time Hidden Panda Show subscribers, sorry for the lack of content lately. I really just have not had the time to really sit down and put things together for the channel, and and I apologize. But I have got some cool things in the works, and also don't forget to check out the last Great Nomad race tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be streaming that on Twitch, and we're going to have a lot of great people streaming that on YouTube, so make sure you tune in. If you want more details on that, by the way, just follow me on Twitter at Hidden Panda Show, and you'll see my post on there regarding the time of the race, who all is going to be there, what to expect, that kind of stuff. Yeah, funny imps, exactly. There's definitely a place for your type of faction, dude. So, more power to you, you know. And I don't know where you're located in space, Sean Murray the God, but if you are in the Delta Quadrant, and you know, you make it clear that you are a role-play organization and that you are playing with other role players, you are more than welcome to join the Delta Hub. And you know, pretty soon we're gonna have some farm seeded and things like that, and some discoveries and some trade routes and stuff. So you'll be able to access all that stuff. So we're basically brand new, just started, just got federated. But yeah, dude. Yes, man. Yes. Upgrade that Nomad fully. Let me try a different trade station here, because I'm not having any luck at this one. Sorry, by the way, funny imps, for not having information. Tomorrow we're going to get everything sorted out. Like I said, whenever me and Ranger kind of started this whole thing, you know, we started it early. We started sort of planning it and promoting it early. And we didn't know how things were going to be for us leading up to the race. So unfortunately, we both have been busy. So we just haven't really been able to, you know, get everything fully organized. But I will assure you that tomorrow, well before the race starts, everyone's going to know what group they fall in. Everyone's going to know how it plays out. So basically, we're going to have race A and race B, and each race is going to have 8 people in it. That way we can have one single PlayStation lobby with no issues. So we're going to have 8 people attending the race in race A, 8 people attending the race in race B. Everyone will be on the same party chat. The winners of race A and race B will go head to head at an undisclosed third location, or undisclosed location for a third race to decide the final victor. So it's going to be cool, guys. Make sure you place your bets. Mac 4-Day is the reigning champion at this particular race, so he's got to defend his title, and there might be an upset victory, guys. We'll see. Snow Obsidian has been reporting crazy good, you know, practice run times. So when we all get in there together, you know, some interesting things are going to happen. I'm really excited to see who wins. Mac 4-Day did an unbelievable job the last time. Yeah, absolutely, Gaming Lime. Yeah, make sure you watch, you know. Like I said, I'll be on Twitch, so you won't be able to watch it on YouTube here at the Hidden Panda Show. You'll have to go to Twitch, but there's going to be tons of other great streamers covering it, so I'll make a post about everything, who all is going to be there and what channels and where you can go view it, so, because not everybody's got a Twitch account. Sean Murray the God says, do you think Next will bring more people to the game? And has there been any news or such whether it'll be crossplay? Probably not. PlayStation doesn't seem to be very friendly with crossplay right now. But it's likely that the Xbox One version and the PC version will have crossplay. I don't know for sure, but it's likely. Because obviously, you know, it's Microsoft, so why wouldn't they allow their Xbox games to play nice with their PC games? But probably not on PlayStation 4, man. And yeah, do I think Next will bring more people to the game? Absolutely, 100%. The evidence is easy, because here's the thing. With every update, major update that No Man's Sky has undergone, it has brought people back to the game. So people that were, you know, I was one of the people that I was actually very happy with the game that came out. It could have never changed, and I'd probably still be playing it. But, you know, there was people who, they weren't happy with the original release, they left the game. Foundation hits, and people came back. Then Pathfinder hit, and people came back. And then the biggest update, and the one that brought the most players back to the game, was Atlas Rises. And so with that, we now have Next on the way. What's going to bring a lot of people back with No Man's Sky next is it's going to be the traditional multiplayer aspect of it. So you're going to be able to see and play with your friends. You can build advanced colonies together and things like that. So I think that, to quote Sean Murray, that's the potential that everyone has always seen in No Man's Sky. And I think that that's what's going to bring more people either to the game that are new or back to the game that were disappointed with the original release and that left. So this is a very exciting time for No Man's Sky. It's a very exciting time to be a No Man's Sky fan. And if you had high hopes for No Man's Sky but were disappointed with what came out, this may be the thing that brings you back in, and this may be the game that you always thought it was going to be. So it's all positive, man. It's all good stuff right now. And what I like is that Hello Games are talking to us, but they're not telling us anything. They're not making crazy, claims. They're not, I'm not worried about this release. B class, what's this one? A class. Dude, it's like there's no S class here. Ghost Recon Wildlands in space, that would be sick. Hell yeah. Or, if not, I can just play Ghost Recon Wildlands. So, and I just re-downloaded The Division yesterday. So, if any of you guys played The Division, add me on PSN at PandaPoopy1, or if you play Wildlands, add me on PSN at PandaPoopy1, and yeah, we'll get to play together. Funny Imp says, since the PC version will support Windows 10, if I'm not mistaken, most Windows 10 games are cross-play with Xbox if the game is available in both. You are right about that. That's why I think it'll be very likely that we see that, in all honesty. Sean the God says, I feel like if Hello Games marketed a bit more, far more people would play. Take Blizzard, for example. They're a well-known company, too, though, but they continue to market Overwatch. Yeah, the thing is, if you follow the history of No Man's Sky and the word marketing do not go hand in hand. A lot of people felt that the game was over-marketed and overhyped and that they didn't deliver on those promises, and some people agree with that, some people don't. I'm not going to rehash that debate, but I think that now they're trying to be very careful. I think that they want the update to speak for itself. So what they're hoping for is that they update the game, it's a successful update, and the gameplay speaks for itself, and that's what's going to bring people back to the game. Yeah. I mean, I can definitely understand, because right now, if they start marketing or advertising and making any promises or commitments, everything is going to be severely scrutinized. So they're covering their ass, man. By the way, Sean Marie the God, I really appreciate you stopping by the channel today. Unless you've changed your name, I don't remember seeing you in the chat before, so if you're new, welcome to the channel, and yeah, appreciate you being here. I don't do only just live streams. I also do like discussion topic videos and videos that are like edited and things like that. I do sort of screenshot, of videos and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Gaming Lime, that new ship that was leaked in the ARG looks sick, man. I agree with Cobra and some of the other people that are speculating that those are landing pads on the side. Like, I 100% think those are landing pads on the side. 100%. Like, I feel like those are some sort of multi-cruise ship. If they're not, that's okay. I'm not going to get, like, butthurt about it if they're not multi-cruise ships. But I feel like that's what they are. but they could just be a new type of ship, something in between a freighter and a hauler, you know, and that's okay too. You know, I like anything new that comes to the game at this point. How cool is this ship? I'm gonna try to get me one of these. New animal sounds? Yep, exactly. I think it's a co-op controlled ship, says Gaming Lime. Yeah, man, probably. Funny Imp says the audio clip today really said to me that multiplayer focus is co-op. Yeah, I think there's going to be an element of PvP, but I don't think it's going to be really promoting that aspect of it. At least not right away. It may be in a separate lobby, you know, PvP. Also, I do think I made a video where I basically said that multiplayer in No Man's Sky Next would potentially function like it does on EVE Online, in the sense that, you know, you have different security levels in different systems, and that's what the conflict scanner will be used for. And that certain systems will have a police force that essentially are unbeatable. That if you're breaking the rules, if you're attacking players, you know, innocent players and things like that, there's going to be repercussions. And that there's different levels of security, just like EVE Online. So you've got high sec, null sec, and then low sec. And null sec, there's no security. Low sec obviously is low security, and then high sec is high security. And all of the really good shit are going to be in the places that are going to be hard to obtain it, like null sec and low sec. And that way that it helps to balance the multiplayer. And then once I read the GameStop description, it just further sort of made me believe that will in fact be the case, because the GameStop description, basically, if you pre-order the game, it says that the police are ever watching, and so that lets me know that there's going to be different levels of security in different systems, and if certain things get out of hand in systems where they're not supposed to get out of hand, the ever-watching police are going to take care of those things. So I think that my prediction may have been right, and we'll see. Today's July 1st. It officially launches in 23 days. So yeah, I mean we're gonna find out here pretty soon, man. Funny Imps talks about. You hear about 3 players starting a game with a hidden message. It kind of confirms drop in, drop out, co-op, 4-player max. Yeah, I think so. Here's where I'm going to take your theory one step further, Funny Imps. I think that you can only have 4 players in your fire team, so to speak, sort of like Destiny. But remember, we can have 16 players in our lobby now. So you might be able to have only a squad of 4 people, but there may be other people that you still encounter just openly throughout the universe. So on top of your 4-player squad. And I hope I'm right about that. Co-op ship would be interesting, says Sean Murray the God. I feel like it'd more have to be a freighter or... Oh, I see what you're saying. Like a gunship or a freighter. Yeah, man. A gunship would be cool. A couple of your buddies just land in the gunship, and just you guys fly and go attack some sort of freighter out there. You know, jack it up like a pirate vessel. Just pull your tiny little pirate ship up to the big Spanish guy and take it over. Except No Man's Sky style. I'm down for that. Sorry. I gotta take a picture of that. 3 of these guys just sitting side by side. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Gaming Lime. No, I agree, man. At this point, it's like, yeah, I don't want to lose any of my progress. But if this update, bro, is as juicy as I think it's gonna be, I'm totally down with just a global reset. All players back to square one. I'm I'm okay with that. I'm not even joking. Shomer the God says, "Aha! I usually don't watch live streams. I've been subscribed for a while, and watched most of your other videos. Actually came to look for something else, and saw you streaming." Okay, man. Well, I really do appreciate you taking the time. I used to not live stream so much. I, to be honest, um, sitting down and kind of getting an idea together and then producing a video that's edited, that kind of, I record the audio and I edit the video and add music and stuff like that, and like little scenes and everything. That's that's what I like to do more. Um, but that's generally very time consuming also. So live streams are a great way for me to get content on the channel that doesn't take me a lot of time to make. But also, I get to talk to you guys, which is the biggest thing. So I get to kind of pick your brain, theorize. You know, obviously, I always say, don't let speculation become expectation. You know, like we're having fun coming up with all these ideas, but let's not, let's not get ourselves overly excited. But yeah, I really appreciate you stopping by, man. I do have a plan for some more videos coming that are more like the videos that I used to do more often. But yeah, once things slow down for me, I'll kind of be back on that. And once things slow down for Hidden as well, Hidden will be live streaming more. He'll be on the channel more as some more time goes by here. We both kind of got wrapped up in life, so things have been a little busy. Yes, Slade, I love this hauler, man. I'm trying to get that S-Class. I have yet to see it land. I don't think that there is an S-Class version of this ship. At least that's how I'm starting to feel. I just haven't seen it. I don't think it's there. I really don't. Yeah, funny imps. I think the player count that we have now is more than reasonable for a multiplayer game in 2018. You know. But right now we can have 16 orbs, or at worst case scenario we'll have 4 players we can fucking see, right? So it's like I'm good with either one. But I have a feeling that we're just going to be able to have 4 people together in a group that we can travel in our freighters and all that kind of stuff. But there's going to be other players in the universe essentially that may or may not come across where you are. And of course I'm out of pulse drive fuel. Okay, so funny imps, I'm reading your comment right now about, I'll be honest, I don't see the multi-crew thing in the images, I just see a different ship. So, when I first saw that image, sorry, freighters warping in is the worst. When I first saw that image, the very first thing I thought of was a new type of Sentinel ship, because the color palette and sort of the design reminds me of a Sentinel ship. And it also, so my initial thought was, okay, this is going to be a more powerful ship that's going to really fuck us up if we break some rules. But then when we got a clearer version of the image and you see those, what I believe to be very distinct landing pads on the side, that changes things a bit for me, and I think that what we might be looking at is sort of a multi-crew type thing. Now, I might be fucking dead wrong about that. But I think it's very possible. But my initial thought was it's a new Sentinel ship. I don't know if anybody thought that with me, but that was my initial sort of guess. Gaming Lime says the crew thing would make sense though due to the fact that multiplayer is a big focus on this update. Yeah. Gaming Lime, you've been here on the channel for a long time, and apparently so has Shamir the God, you know. So how long have I been saying that this next update is going to have a very heavy focus on multiplayer? But I talked about there being like friggin' 90% focus on multiplayer. Probably overdid that one, because we're getting new ships, we're getting a new story, because Greg Buchanan is back in the picture. Not new story, but more story. We're getting ringed planets. It seems like we're getting new biome types, player models. So we're getting a lot of other stuff besides multiplayer. But I think that multiplayer is going to be the most talked about feature, because I think it's the one that most people are going to, or, you know, it's the most desired feature. But yeah. Oh, also, Gaming Line was our first moderator on the channel. So, whenever we first started the channel, me and Hidden got so excited when we had 11 subscribers. We freaked out, and we were like, oh man, we got so many people right now, like, we're going to need to give moderator privileges to somebody to help with this chat. And that's like when we had like 11 subscribers. So it still blows my mind that we're at 600 anything, because I was tripping out when we had like 11. Anyway. Yeah, Sean Murray was kind of hinting at PvP with the being able to prey on other players thing. Sean Murray the God says, I'm really hoping this update will make it the spiritual successor for Freelancer. I've really been looking for a similar game for ages. The guy behind Star Citizen originally worked on Freelancer. You know, by the sounds of it, Freelancer is probably a pretty awesome game, and I hope that it fulfills that sort of desire for you, man. I hope it becomes the game that you want. You know, it seems like Sean Murray is really giving us a lot of different ways to play No Man's Sky and play in our own sort of way, and that's really exciting. So, fingers crossed that this next update makes you super happy, bro. Yeah, so funny. If you see what I'm talking about with those colors, right? That like it's kind of got like the appearance of a Sentinel ship. I mean, you know, and I don't think I'm alone in that. I think other people see that. But there's a compelling argument that it's a multi-crew ship, and I'm leaning more towards that. Please be an S-Class, I swear to God. Nope, A-Class. Jesus. think I'm going to take a break from the monotony of this. I'm going to call my freighter. And, yeah, I'm going to go fight one of these ships just because I need something to do. What's going on, Peter Armstrong? Welcome back to the Hidden Panda Show, bud. Thanks for coming to the chat. Shamari the God says, any idea what sort of customization options will be coming? No. Alright, I honestly don't. To me, it looks like we're going to be able to customize our ships. Not ships, but like our exosuits at the very least, because in the ARG so far we've had images that all look very different. Oh, don't tell me this changed color on me. Okay, good. So, at the least, I think that we're going to get the ability to customize our player model. I hope that that extends to ships also. Funny Imps, I'm not in Delta Space at the moment, but I am hoping to go there. Not hoping, I'm on my way there. Really. I just made a pit stop at the Amino Hub. There was a ship there in the data resource there that I really liked. The one that I was just flying, and I wanted the S-Class version of it. So I came out here to try to find the S-Class, but it's not looking very good. I don't think I'm going to find it. Yeah, pretty much got wrecked on that one. Jeez. Slade's in Delta Space right now, just to touch back on your question, Funny Imps, and I'm on my way there. Also, we've got Lily Hop from NMS Cafe, who's going to be building a village there, and who's in a way aligned with the Delta Free Market Hub. DG Squared is helping us with a few things over there. We have the full support of the Amino Hub and the Federation, so things are looking good for the Delta Hub right now. Things are actually looking really good, taking off a lot faster than I would have thought. Light shining in your freighter will change system to system. I did not know that, Funny Imps. Very cool, man. I was not aware that that was even a thing. What's going on, Spellcheck? Just noticed you were in the chat. Welcome back to the Hidden Panda Show. I think I'm going to go back to the hauler that that you guys were trying to find that day that I jumped on the stream with Salmon Sword and you, Funny Imps. I think I'm going to try to find that hauler. I feel like I'm going to have a better chance at getting an S class that way, because I've been really trying at this particular place, this system, for like probably 4 or 5 days total, trying to get this thing, and I just cannot seem to get it. Think they'll change space combat at all? Says Gaming Lime. They better. The main reason is because the enemies are so much more maneuverable than you. Like, I have 3 S-class ships, the rest are A-class, and I have an A-class freighter and everything else. There should be no reason that I can't even get close to outmaneuvering these guys, but they maneuver so much better than me. They do all these barrel rolls and corkscrew turns and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, these guys are running circles around me, and I've kind of just got to sit there and wait till they show up in my crosshairs and start shooting. They need to get a better combat system. Funny Imp says, good lord, I hope so. Yeah, man. Yeah, Sean Ray the God says, my least favorite thing about the game at the moment. I love dogfighting in space, and it's one of my favorite parts about the game. It's also one of the things that needs the most work to really be truly compelling. So, I hope that they can get something done. Oh, I need to buy. I think I'm going to go to the space station and buy the rest of it. If they sell zinc there. I just dumped so much zinc into my shield, it's ridiculous. As Charles Barkley would say, it's very ridiculous. It's a terrible impression. Let's pretend like I didn't even do that. totally missed that doorway. Oh my gosh. I just went back and read a couple of some comments that I didn't get to from Gaming Line when he was talking about the old channel. Yeah, man, the old channel was actually called. So I first started streaming on my personal profile, which is Panda Poopy 1, but I no longer use that one for gaming purposes at all. Then I started a gaming channel, and the first channel was called Crouching Panda Hidden Jew. Because my channel partner's name is HiddenJewAgenda, that's his gamer tag. And eventually we just felt like that was just way too long. Like when we were trying to come up with like logos and things like that, and like Crouching Panda Hidden Jew, just it seemed too long. So we shortened it to the Hidden Panda Show. The channel has undergone several changes. I want to be able to move like the pirates do. Same thing, Funny Imps. God, those guys can maneuver. Jesus. Any Discord servers for the No Man's Sky community you recommend? Yes, Sean Murray. So, there's a couple. MZK for sure. He's also one of my favorite channels. And actually, moment of honesty, I actually used to hate MZK. I thought that he was overly hard on the game a lot of the time, and I really used to dislike him until I continued to watch his content and realized that I actually really like this guy. And since then, we've actually become buds, and I love MZK, so I recommend subscribing to his YouTube channel if you haven't already. So it's MZK. Also, join his Discord server. It's pretty good. There's also Cobra TV Discord server. So make sure you join Cobra TV. And then there's the Convergence. There's a lot of other ones out there, but I don't use Discord that much. I'm more of an amino guy, so I'm only part of those 3 Discords. But the Convergence is really good. They're predominantly Twitch-based, and it's all about positivity, you know, and you know, all that kind of stuff. And they all support each other. They all support each other's streams. They all help each other reach, you know, the affiliate program with Twitch so that their channels can be monetized and things like that. They're just a really, really good group, and they're really positive about No Man's Sky, and they're just overall really, really cool people. So, but the big 2 are Cobra TV and the Convergence, and if you can squeeze MZK in there, do that too, because MZK is a solid guy. And he's just a handsome son of a bitch. Funny Imp says, terrible impersonation. Terrible. There's no way I could ever sound that country. Sean Murray the God, if you haven't downloaded Amino, if you don't even know what that is, comment on this video after the stream's over, and I'll send you a link to join a couple of the Aminos that I'm in. Amino's really cool. Just think of it like Facebook, but more customizable and like No Man's Sky. And they're your own Amino communities that you can create. So like that game that you were talking about, Freelancer, you can create your own Amino community about Freelancer and invite people that like Freelancer to join and get the word out there, and you can start your very own Freelancer Amino. So I would definitely look into that. Amino is really, really cool. Like there's kind of a learning curve and there's a trick to getting it, but once you get it, it's pretty solid, man. It's a pretty dope thing. I'm really into it. So. Hold the fucking door right now. We got Kazuya in the chat. What's going on, Kazuya? Long time no see in the chat, but I know you're out there. I see you lurking on Twitter. I see you lurking out there. I also saw that you got the press release kit version of No Man's Sky. Great buy. Love the comic books and stuff that's in there, the artwork and all that. So I'm really jealous that you have that, but it's all good. Kazuya says, I've got a feeling they will improve space battles. I hope so. Gaming Lime says, there was no terrible impersonation. No, I did it. Absolutely just did it too. I did an absolutely awful impersonation of Charles Barkley. Because, you know, he's got that real southern sort of country accent. He's like, man, that was terrible. That was terrible. Or something. I'm not going to do it again. It's terrible. But he's, you know, Charles Barkley's a funny guy. I see him on ESPN all the time. Kazi says, press kit is amazing. It's great to be back here. Yeah, man, it's great to have you back here, dude. Really appreciate it. Trust me, while you've been away, you didn't miss a whole lot. Mostly because I've been busy, and so has HiddenJewAgenda, and we haven't really been able to put a lot into the channel. So hopefully that'll change here pretty soon. Hidden was settling into a new schedule and some new living arrangements with him and his daughter and his woman. And they're locking in, they're closing on a home. So he's going to be moving into a house and stuff like that. He's got some good stuff popping off at work, and his career is looking up, and he's got some things going on with the band, and so he's just been busy. So that's really what you've missed, is just two busy guys that haven't really been able to put a lot into the channel, unfortunately. But yeah, man, I don't know if you noticed, but I used to come on Cobra TV all the time. I can barely even get on the Cobra Subcast chat, like, comments. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how busy I've been lately. So I can't even just get in there. Plus, every time I've gone to the waiting room and he's raptured me, I get, like, sent back to the waiting room. It's really weird. It never keeps me in the Subcast chat. I get immediately kicked. Oh, funny, if you're still watching, man, one of the main reasons I kind of want to be in the Delta also is because my very first base was in the Delta. My very first one. Like when Foundations dropped. So like when I spawned to life in No Man's Sky, I spawned to life in the Delta Quadrant. And like 25% of all players. And when Foundation dropped and you had the ability to buy a freighter and base, the first thing I did was buy a freighter and base. And I did it right there in the Delta Hub. And then I decided to make my way back after Pathfinder. Not back, but I decided to make my way to the Galactic Hub. And so I start heading over there. And I finally get there. And the day before Atlas Rises drop, I saved my game at Andy Krychek's base. And so when I did that and the update hit, the update got confused. And the game glitched and essentially replaced my base with Andy Krychek's and did something else with his. And so I've never been able to get back to my old base. I don't even know if it's there anymore. And under my account, I won't be able to see it. But if I can get back to that planet, and I can at least give somebody the codes to it, they can visit it for me and let me know how it's doing. So one of the things I want to do while I'm in the Delta Quadrant is I want to find my old base, my old Foundation build. It was a really cool base with 2 landing pads I was really proud of. Had a nice little farm there, and it was a great system with great planets, and I miss it. Kazuya says, overall, I don't have that much time. Time zone difference is a big factor as well. Yeah, I would imagine. You're in Germany, right? So, what are you, 8 hours ahead? I'm in the central time zone. So for me right now, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Funny Imp says, I remember talking about that on the cafe. I'll head out that way and see if I can find that base. Oh, when I was talking about that, yeah. It's on a planet called Theron 5A. I don't know if it's no longer in my discoveries, so I don't know if with the Atlas Rises update the planet got renamed, but you'll obviously see that it was discovered by me. And it shouldn't be hard to find. Here's why I say that. So after Atlas Rises dropped, I had only warped 52 times in the game. So you might be asking yourself, how did I get from Delta Quadrant to Galactic Hub by only warping 52 times? Here's how. I found a black hole that dropped me fucking 9 jumps away from the Galactic Hub. So when I had to go to the Galactic Hub, I was only having to travel like 9 jumps or something. Talk about lucking the fuck out. Excuse my language. But yeah, black hole just dropped me right where I needed to be. So I got from Delta Quadrant to Galactic Hub on 52 jumps total in game period ever. Now it's way more than that, but yeah. So it shouldn't be too hard to find because I didn't discover much. One of the ways that I played the game back then, because before you could buy a freighter, build a base, have a farm, and all that kind of stuff, the only thing that you could really do was explore. And that's really what I did, but I did it differently than most people. Most people explore planet to planet, system to system. I explored on a planet's surface very deeply. I would spend days, weeks, months on a planet, on a same planet. And I would hit every save checkpoint, and I would map the whole goddamn thing out, and I would put save beacons and comm balls and all that kind of stuff, and I would check out the caves, I would go in the oceans, I did everything. So I didn't warp that much because I would spend so much time in a system fully discovering and exploring the planets. I think in Amino Hub they call that a slam dunk, where basically they complete everything. So I used to do that shit all the time. So I didn't travel very far. I spent a lot of the time in the same place. Yes, Funny Imps, I discovered and uploaded the system as well. So the system is actually, for some reason I can't think of it now, but the system is named after the planet in the movie Alien, where the xenomorphs are, like LV-421 or something. So the system is named that, and then the planet is named Theron 5A. So, trust me, if you get out in the Delta, it shouldn't be too hard to find. And I was pretty much in the bottom fucking right-hand corner. So like that's where I was, like in at the edge of the map, basically, is where I was birthed in No Man's Sky. So the discoveries hadn't reset, which was with other updates, which is why I found that unusual. For example, if I go to my discovery screen, if I sound a little bit congested, guys, my allergies are acting up also. I'm also very tired because I had a very long day. The only reason I'm even still up now is to finish this third gin and tonic that I made before I go to bed. But yeah, so if it sounds like I've got like the flu or something, when I was helping my buddy move, obviously a lot of dust is unearthed, and I have respiratory problems regarding dust. So right now I'm kind of dealing with the sinus thing. But I'm also drinking gin and tonics, and then it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm dead beat tired. But I love this game so much, I just had to get a quick session of No Man's Sky in. And normally, I would have done this without you guys, but something told me, go ahead and stream. Just do it. Even if for just a little bit, even if for just a half an hour, 45 minutes, go ahead and stream. And here you guys are, at 2 o'clock in the morning, hanging out with good old Panda Bear in the chat. So, fuck yeah. Thank you guys. I love you all. Appreciate you being here. Anyway. Kazuya says, I still have to visit the Galactic Hub, but I'm not in Euclid Galaxy right now. Well, that's a terrible mistake, Kazuya. So the only way to get back to Euclid is to go through the rest of them, 256 or whatever it is, and once you go through the very last galaxy, you'll enter right back up in Euclid. So you can get back to the Euclid. It's just going to take a little bit of effort on your part. But the Galactic Hub is really cool. All the hubs actually are really cool. There's the NMS Love Hub. I don't know if they're still popping. You got the Gepnik Gang. You've got Cobra's hub that he started called the Convergence Cluster, I think. You've got Galactic Hub, like we talked about, AGT Hub. You now have the Delta Hub. There's a lot of other groups and factions out there. A lot of cool places to visit. A lot of really badass base builds. Some people build bases for like high output farms. Some people build bases that look really cool. The person that I think builds the best farms in terms of the look of it is probably Ryder S. And if you go back, and he actually just built a new farm that looks really wicked. But if you guys go back to some of my earlier videos regarding Feature Farm Friday, go back to the one where I showcase Garden of Eden. It is one of the most beautiful farms in No Man's Sky I've ever seen to this day. And I have seen so many farms. I go to Swords farms because they make me the most money. But when I want to just look at an absolutely breathtaking farm in No Man's Sky from a design perspective, Ryder S, that guy, Garden of Eden, is so awesome. And if you guys ever want to know how to get there, comment in the comments and I'll give you the portal coordinates if it's still there. Word on the street is it got overridden, but Jesus Christ, look at that video. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's a sensational farm. But yeah, there's lots of cool stuff out there, Kazuya, in the Euclid Galaxy. That's where most of the No Man's Sky population is. Once we found out early on, so I pre-ordered the game, downloaded it, played it like day one. And most of us found out pretty goddamn quickly that there's really not much waiting for us at the center of the galaxy. There's not any specific rare items that you get over there that you can't find in Euclid. There's nothing that makes it uniquely special, in my opinion. Some people might accuse me of being too hard on the game right now, but it just doesn't. I have had no draw to the center at all, ever, not once. So, and most people haven't. So most people that play No Man's Sky live in the Euclid Galaxy. So if you can find your way back to the Euclid Galaxy on your current save, that would be awesome. And it would require you going all the way through the rest of them, and you'll end right back up in Euclid. And with a great, great story to tell. I love these little Easter egg names for planets. I called a planet City Alpha 7 as a reference to Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Yeah, dude. I do that all the time, though. I do that all the time. I name planets after just really cool things. Like, because I'm a nerd. At the end of the day, like, dude, I geek out on this shit, you know? Just like anybody else. I named one of my ships after a ship in Wing Commander. Like, I named a planet after aliens. Oh, I go all in. I named one of my ships Event Horizon. So, I don't know if you saw earlier when I was dogfighting and killing those two pirate ships or whatever, or bounties or whatever. That exotic ship that I was in is literally called Event Horizon. Like, if it's sci-fi, like, I love it. Dune, Star Wars, Star Trek, Babylon 5. Are you fucking kidding me? And if you have Amazon Prime right now, you can watch the entire 5 seasons of it, okay, for free on Amazon Prime. So, Babylon 5 is the shit. I love that. Also, okay, while we're talking about Babylon 5, If you like the whole Babylon 5 thing, check out The Expanse, okay, on Sci-Fi. Great show. I think the first 2 seasons are on Netflix. 3 seasons are on TV right now, or the 3rd season is on TV right now, and Amazon just picked up the series because Sci-Fi canceled it. So Amazon picked it up and is already working on season 4. So long live The Expanse. Greatness. Greatness. I'm a nerd, so I name stuff after things like that. But if you see here in my discoveries list, we got Hub V, all of this stuff, Hub V, Yamstar Car, or what is it, Yakomstar? I don't know. But these are all, you know, this is the nomenclature of the Galactic Hub. But I've hung out on the Galactic Hub for a while. Right now, I'm in the Amino Hub, which is fucking awesome. Excuse my language yet again. But the Amino Hub is really, really great. This is Polsey's stat system, so this is where HiddenJewAgenda lives. So he used to live in a place called Purple Paradise, but after the Atlas Rises update, it totally destroyed his planet. So he moved next to me into Dorky, which is essentially, it used to be Andy Krychek's base, that essentially became mine because I checked in there just before the update hit, and ended up taking over his base. But anyway, I ended up permanently being in the Galactic Hub, and so HiddenJewAgenda was kind enough to come move and give me some company, and he moved, I think, like 150 light years away or something, really close by in the Polsey stat system. And so me and him would visit each other's farms and make hella cash together before we discovered the consortium and stuff like that. That's a cool name for a planet. So this is where Todorki was. So we had Endeavor, which was a cool moon. Back You Go, which was an awesome planet. So here you see it says toxic planet, all this kind of stuff, right, for Back You Go. When I got there after Atlas Rises, it was a desert planet with dinosaurs. So shows you the flaw in the Galactic Hub naming system, because a lot of the time they would name discoveries in the system within the naming conventions. So whether it had Diplos or a certain type of rare resource would be in the main name, okay? But after the update, when everything changed, a lot of that was no longer valid. So for anybody out there that is starting a community or a hub and you're trying to come up with naming conventions of your own, keep it very simple. With the consortium, with the Galactic Consortium, which I'm still currently a leader of, but somewhat sort of resigned from at the moment, while I'm, obviously building the Delta Free Market Hub. When I discovered that, we kept it very simple. So whenever we would discover a system for the Galactic Consortium, we would just name it CH, and for Consortium Hub, essentially, to keep it easy. Because if you get too specific and the game changes, then it doesn't matter anymore. But as we go through my discoveries, funny imps, my system is not here. My home system that I had is not here. So don't know where it is, don't know how to get back to it. But you'll see the discoveries once you get out to Delta space. So once I get out there, got some TOG stuff here, hell yeah. So once I get out there and I'm in that area. By the way, TOG I think is located nearby the Delta as well. But anyway, hopefully, I hope to find where I used to live, and that would be really cool. And if I get close to the area, and I know that I'm close by and I'm gonna find it, I'll probably stream it, because it'd just be a really cool moment for me, at least, to see where it all began from Foundation. So, and then we're kind of nearing the end of the list here. So now we're getting into some Amino Hub stuff, discoveries here. So, I mean, yeah, it's just not there. I don't know where it is, but it's just not there. Get caught up on the chat real quick. At 9 a.m. right now on Sunday, breakfast time. Damn. Bro, I live in Texas, and there's this place called Not Another Broken Egg that's close by my house in the Colony, Texas. And I had the most amazing breakfast there. So my wife had a lobster and goat cheese omelet, which was unreal. And then I had this eggs Benedict and stuff like that. Because you're talking about morning time right now, so now I'm going to go off on a breakfast tangent. But long story short, I had an incredible breakfast. And I had eggs Benedict that was essentially English muffin with a crab cake and a remoulade sauce with a poached egg on top, and it was unbelievable. And then I had what's called city grits, which is sort of like porridge with bacon and stuff inside. Absolutely mouth-watering. And then I had this Bloody Mary with my breakfast, which obviously is vodka and tomato sauce, or tomato juice. Oh, no. No. I'm in the wrong ship for this. I've not done any adding or editing to this. But in my Bloody Mary, they stuck a stick of bacon, which was absolutely awesome. I wish I was eating that right now. Oh yeah, I just went back and read Funny Imp's comment about the Discord servers that you could join, Sean Murray the God, and yeah, I totally left out Noob Nexus and Zane's World. So great suggestions, Funny Imps. Those are freaking awesome communities. Alright, I think I ran past those guys. You know, Funny Imps, I just read your comment about being in Eisentime on one of your saves. I might do that. I might start a separate save just to go through the center of the galaxy and see how far I can get before next drops. Alright, let's get some iron. Sorry about that, just had to take a second to take a sip of my gin and tonic. I feel like I earned it today. Come on. Nope, that's nickel. I need iron. I've watched Law of Evolution a couple of times, and I love that goddamn channel. By the way, if you're watching right now and you don't know or haven't seen Law of Evolution, or you know about him but you haven't subbed to his channel, you gotta do it. He's probably one of the best No Man's Sky content creators out there, and if you're here, you should definitely be there. But I haven't been watching it recently, Funny Imps, just because of time constraints. Cobra messaged me one time, or no, he commented actually on a live stream and said, "I miss you, buddy," because I used to come on the subcast all the time. It makes me sad just talking about all this, but no, I need to open up some more time once things slow down a bit, and I need to get caught up on some Law of Evolution stuff, and I need to get on the subcast and, you know, kind kind of have a reunion with the No Man's Sky community. This planet looks like it's all water, guys. Like, totally. Alright, so Kazuya's message got held for review. His message is, Atlas Rises fucked up my first save file so much. It did with mine too, and I almost considered restarting because of that very reason. But I'm going to go ahead and show your comment, because at the Hidden Panda Show, we don't give a shit about curse words. Especially at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. So, if the kids was up right now, I mean, I don't have kids, but if kids in general were up right now watching this, I would try a little bit harder not to cuss, but goddamn it, after 3 gin and tonics, a day of hard work, and 2 o'clock in the morning while I'm playing No Man's Sky, guys, I don't care how many F-bombs you drop in the chat right now. Let's do this. Let's keep it gritty. And it totally did for me too, Kazuya. But I hung in there, and they kind of, for the most part, got it fixed, and I was able to proceed on the save that I've always been playing. So the save that I'm on right now is the save that I've had since I started playing the game. Almost 2 years ago. I'm cool with it, Panda. Well, thanks, Kazuya. You know... Wait. Oh my god. Such a cool planet. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I haven't come across a frozen tundra planet with water yet in a while. Normally it's like moons that are frozen and like they don't have bodies of water. This is pretty exciting. Sean, where the God says, Panda, have you played many other space sim survival games? I personally have a growing collection. No, not really, because I know that most of the different titles out there are for PC, and I've just never really got into PC gaming. My very first gaming machine was a console, and I've always just been a console guy. There's not a lot of options for us out there. So No Man's Sky is really the first one for me. I play a bit of Elite Dangerous, but not too much. I've been thinking about getting this game called Planet Base or something like that, where you kind of, I don't know. I want to delve into it a little bit deeper as a genre, but really No Man's Sky has been my first taste of a fully explorable survival space simulator of sorts. It's also a fantasy game, and we're in a simulation, according to the storyline. But that being said, you know, I want to do more. I want to try more. I played EVE Online for a while, and they've got a pretty solid community over there. The last time that I played, where as soon as I got on board, I had somebody donate ISK to me, and kind of helped me get started and talked about joining corporations and things like that. So I played a little bit of EVE Online, Dust 514, and stuff like that, Mass Effect. So I played a lot of different sci-fi like games. KOTOR, that's Star Wars, obviously, but it's a really cool, you know, a sci-fi RPG of sorts, I guess. So I played a lot of different sci-fi games, but nothing like this, if that makes any sense. Kazi says, sorry, Panda, I've got things to do. I see how it is, bud. I'm joining. He says, see y'all. I'll try to join the voice chat again soon. Have a good one. Take care, Kazuya. Thank you for taking time out of your morning, bud, to stop in the chat and say hi to everybody. So appreciate that. And, you know, I hope you have a good day, man. Funny Am says, I know Cobra would really like it when you are able to get back on the show. When I first started watching, I remember you and Frag Ninja being on there a lot. Yeah, man. Cobra was kind enough to when I first started getting on Cobra TV, I didn't even have a channel. So he was kind enough to let me get on there and hang out and discuss with everybody. And honestly, that's where, so funny story. Well, it's not really funny, but it's a true story, and I think it's interesting because I started the channel with HiddenJewAgenda, who's my channel partner when he can be. Oh, that's cool. Little pond. Oh, this is cool. Holy shit. But I met HiddenJewAgenda on Cobra TV, actually. And me and him became friends. We started talking to each other in a party chat while we played No Man's Sky. And he told me that he thought about having a YouTube channel before, but, you know, didn't really want to give it a try, and he was kind of nervous about it. Me being a really sort of A-type, outgoing personality, I was like, dude, I'll fucking do it. Let's do it. Like, fuck this. Like, you don't even have a choice, bro. Like, we're doing it. So we did it. And so me and him met through Cobra TV. Also, Cobra TV was one of the first experiences I had of the No Man's Sky community as a large group. So I remember jumping on YouTube one day because I was playing No Man's Sky by myself. My friends were talking a lot of shit about the game. I quit sharing screenshots of it on Facebook. There were so many bad reviews. I was hearing so much bad stuff from the No and all these different videos, and it was like I should have been ashamed to play it or something. But I loved it, and I kept playing it just alone. And one day I jump on YouTube and I just typed in the words like No Man's Sky just to see like what's going on out there. Are there any updates coming? You know, something like that. And I see a video of just Jared, and he's going to the Galactic Hub. And I start watching that, and I'm like, holy shit. And then I come across Boondock, where he gave up wherever he was at. He heard about the Galactic Hub project and felt like, you know what? I need to go where there's going to be other people. We might not be able to see each other. We might not be able to play together. But we have all these other ways that we can communicate through Reddit, through Discord, through Amino, through Facebook, through Twitter, through PSN chat, whatever. We're going to get out there and we're going to go to the same area of space and we're going to like hang out. And then he did a series of videos. And I'm like, holy shit, there's other people that play this game. There's a whole community out there. And so I really focused in on Just Jared and Cobra TV, or Just Jared and Boondock, sorry. And then through those channels, I discovered Cobra TV. And then I see how many subscribers he has. I see how long he's been covering the game. I find out about Legacy Zero, Bicycle Walrus. And I'm like, dude, this is a badass community. This is a rich community, a diverse community, with like a very inclusive community. And I was hooked, man. So starting a YouTube channel, getting very involved, contributing, helping out, helping different communities. Like, dude, I do stuff for different communities. I've made videos for the Amino Hub, the Galactic Consortium, NMS Cafe. I'm working on a video right now for the Galactic Hub with the Federation. I've got Delta Hub stuff going on. So this is the best community in gaming, dude. Like, straight up. So it's awesome. And I can't wait to get back on Cobra because I have superior respect for that man. He's always been kind to me and what I want to talk about. And even when I got in trouble on one of his subcasts before, you know, he stuck up for me and kind of held it down, man. He's always been a really cool guy. I like him a lot. Sean Murray the God says, "Goddamn, man. I wish console had access to more titles. I might even consider getting one if they did back in the day." You know, consoles are starting to blur the line between the, you know, competitive power with PCs. And I think that as the consoles become more capable, we're going to start seeing more of these titles, Sean Murray. So I think that we're going to have a lot more of these types of games, especially with VR for PlayStation being so accessible. I've already seen a lot of really great sci-fi games for VR, like Eve Valkyrie, Gunjack, Surviving Mars. There's all these great titles like coming, man. So being a console gamer right now, we're kind of on the precipice of really exciting things, and we're gonna blur the lines between us and PC. We'll never beat PC, just because PC is very modular and you can make it very fucking powerful. And console has to be portable. It has to fit in your entertainment center. It has to be easy to use. You have to use a gamepad and things like that. So it's always going to be a little bit different. But we're getting close to the type of fidelity of video games. Funny says, I thought you said you were a developer, and when I heard your voice, I thought you were a dev who did the post-credit voiceover in Modern Warfare. Real shit. Like, me? Were you talking about me or somebody else? That's crazy. I'm going to take a second to expel my bladder. I apologize. Give me one moment, guys. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me. I am back. Seriously, Funny Imps? You thought I was a man, I don't recall saying I was a developer. That's crazy. By trade, it wouldn't really be a trade, but my profession has been as a business manager for several years. So I understand a lot of different industries: the consumer technology industry, gaming industry, telecom industry, even the grocery industry. And my position was to work with Fortune 100 companies. So I've worked with some of the biggest companies in the world. So basically, in a nutshell, yeah, I'm definitely not a developer, but I think I've talked to Cobra many times about things that Hello Games might do from a business standpoint, or choices they might make from a business standpoint. Like when everybody was giving Hello Games flack for not talking to the community, I was one of the people that was kind of like, well, they can't. You know, they can't talk to the community, quite frankly. Because one, there was some copyright stuff that was going out there where they might have infringed on a copyright. There was false advertising claims. There were in legal battles. There was a lot of other stuff going on. So they can't just like come out and like communicate with the community and then be like, hey, we're working on this shit. Because if they're wrong or it doesn't come out exactly like they said, then that's just going to be another thing that goes into their false advertising claim, and stuff like that. So I always tried to, when I got on Cobra TV, I always tried to give just sort of like professional insight just from sorts of things that I see and like the types of decisions that businesses would make. But yeah, I'll tell you right now, dude. I wish I was a developer. Hold up. Alpha Pixie's in the chat. Says, Hidden Panda Show, you have to hide better the next time I found you and hit your like button. Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's unusual for me to stream this late at night and randomly without without having much of a game plan. But yeah, I guess here I am. And thank you. So thank you for joining and hitting that like button, dude. Appreciate that. I gotta show you guys something, because I've been seeing other people's S-Class multi-tools out there, and you guys gotta see this. So I was so happy after Pathfinder updated when I ended up with this S-Class multi-tool right here, until I saw everybody else's S-Class multi-tool, and look at these weak stats. 29% on the damage, what is that, 0% on the mining or some shit? I can't read it from how far away I am. I know that sounds pretty bad. And then 15% on the scanner. And I've seen people with like 49% on the damage, 20% on the mining. So I've been excited all this time that I had this S-Class multi-tool, and then I realized the bastard's actually just really weak. But anyway. Funny says, I probably just got confused with other, with other people. Yeah, dude, back when I first started getting on Cobra TV Subcast, when he was still using Skype, he would have so many people on there. And he didn't have a good way to control it. So a lot of people would get on there and they would talk over each other, and the banter would get crazy, and it would get really confusing and frenetic. I was really worried about him moving to Discord, but since he's moved to Discord for his subcast, it's actually been a lot better, because he can have people in the waiting room, he can bring people in whenever, you know, in whatever increments he likes. He's got better control of the chat, better control of who all's in there, keeps people on standby, so he can have multiple people on the show, but just have them on standby, and as people leave, he brings brings people in, and it's been a lot more like organized and chill. Like I've been liking the subcast recently. I don't know about you guys, but subcast has been awesome. And I was talking about this earlier when I first started streaming. We had HiddenJewAgenda to chat, and I want to talk to you guys about this. This live drop that happened, guys. What? In Boston? What are your thoughts on this? Please tell me your thoughts on this live drop. And the audio that came with it. I downloaded that audio of the Atlas suit activating or initializing and all that kind of stuff. The sounds, the animals, the gunshots, the running. When the player is running, you can hear the suit, like almost like the legs of the suit rubbing together, like you could hear like the sound of material. Oh my gosh, guys, talk to me about that. Alpha Pixie says, it's all cool. It's 8 a.m. here, so I always watch a stream or so in the morning, especially before my Infinite Gamer Talk show. What's the game plan? Really, I was kind of like hauler hunting, like looking for an S-Class hauler, but I've never seen one. I've been looking for 4 days, and I've just never seen one in the variety of hauler that I have right now. I'm not really sure why. So I don't have much of a game plan anymore, because that's originally what I had planned. Was to try to find an S-Class hauler, but it's just... Ugh. By the way, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to Infinite Gamer, please do so. he was Infinite Gamer was or is a member of NMS Cafe Amino, and was thinking about starting a YouTube channel. And me and him talked, and he was looking for different video editing software, and several people were encouraging him to start a channel, and so he did. And it's an awesome channel, and his streams are loads of fun, and Alpha Pixis is there. So make sure you guys go subscribe to Infinite Gamer. Lily Hop from the NMS Cafe, one of the founders of the NMS Cafe, like helped to make his logo. I mean, everything. Like this channel is community built. It's for the community. He's a great streamer, by the way, and I have a lot of fun there. So the banter is legit, and he's got his own Discord. So for Sean Murray in the chat there, or he who calls himself Sean Murray in the chat, that's another Discord to check out. So Alpha Pixis, I have no issue with you name dropping the name of your YouTube channel that you help moderate, and also the Discord that you manage and all that stuff for Infinite Gamer in the chat section. So please do that. You guys are doing great things over there. Funny Imp says, I'm going to jump off now, try to get some sleep before I mess around with the oversleep race tomorrow. Yeah, I need to get some sleep as well, because I've got to be sort of organizing and arranging things for the race early, quite a bit earlier than when the race starts. So I'm probably going to be ending the stream here pretty soon, actually. But yeah, I don't blame you at all, Funny Imps. I need to catch up on the live drop. I thought about driving up there if I didn't work today. Oh, damn. Awesome. Well, you would have had one hell of a puzzle to solve. But, you know, it was cool. I think it was Kylo Bob that actually dropped off the package himself. So that's pretty dope. But we got element number 4 on the Myriad website. Uplink, you know, website. And it was an interesting audio file. So, yeah. Fucking badass. If you guys want to check it out, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you have Twitter, follow Waking Titan Watcher on Twitter, and look at the last few posts, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alpha Pixie says, what's your name on Discord and Cobra TV, and I will shoot you a link to the Alpha Discord if you want, so you can come on our show sometime. I'm actually in your Discord. I'm there. I just haven't posted anything yet, but I'm there. But if you want to post it in the chat for anybody else that might be interested in joining, please go ahead and do so. Or after the stream, leave it as a comment. You can do that as well. But no, I mean, like I said, I'm loving what you guys are doing over there. When I came in the comment section recently on one of the live streams, that was a lot of fun, man. That was a lot of laughs. That was a great live stream. Great live stream. I had tons of fun. So, you know, I'm normally more chill on my end of YouTube, but man, we got in there and we had some of the craziest, weirdest banter, and it was tons of fun. It was awesome. I'm a streamer too, man. You make me sound like a businessman and all this. Nah, dude. You guys just do legit stuff, dude. Real talk, you know? Alright. I'm gonna give it one more shot. I'm gonna go to this landing pad, see if we can't get an S-Class to drop. Hey Alpha Pixis. I don't know how I didn't do this before, but you're going to get a notification here in a second that says you got a new subscriber. And that new subscriber is the Hidden Panda Show. And can't wait to see your stuff, man. Alpha Pixis says also, if you're in our Discord, man, make sure you throw your streams into the streams and videos section. And thank you so much for the sub and wrench. Yeah, dude, no problem, man. And to be completely fair, with 600 and something subs, from time to time, I do get trolls and people that come in and just say outrageous things. And so the more mods I have, the more helpful you guys can be for kind of stopping a lot of that stuff. But I don't have very many mods on my channel, so who better than you? You're also a streamer, and you moderate a YouTube channel as well as manage a Discord, so you know what you're doing. And yeah, next time I will toss a stream in there. I normally don't like to do that kind of thing. I know, like on Cobra, he gives people an opportunity. What's up, bro? I know on Cobra TV, he gives people an opportunity in his Discord to throw his channel, or to throw their channel in the self-promotion page. I normally don't do that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's just like this weird personality hang-up I have about it. Hey, have a safe trip, bro. Love you, man. Let me know when you get there. That's actually a pretty cool looking shuttle. Kind of dig it. I'm not sure why. Alpha Pixis says, oh, awesome, man, I will try my best when I'm on. It's funny, I have only been a streamer for 5 months, and I have been Let's Playing for 3 years. Very kind words from you. Aw, man. No problem, dude. And there you guys have it. There is the Discord link. So, Mr. Sean Murray the God, go ahead and click on that link and join a pretty cool goddamn Discord, dude. Man, I really don't think it's going to happen. To be honest, I'm starting to think that an S-Class in this ship just simply doesn't ever generate. And I say that as a goddamn exotic pulls up. This has to be like a sign, right? That like the S-Class I'm looking for is going to appear. Well, thank you, Alpha Pixis. I really appreciate that, man. Oh, come on, guys. Drop me an S-Class, please. So how rare are the S-Class multi-tools and how do we find them? They can be pretty rare, especially the really good ones, which are like the sort of like experimental or the alien ones, tend to be the best. A really good resource for multi-tools specifically is actually either the Galactic Hub subreddit or like Gamepedia. I think they put their stuff on Gamepedia. I can't really remember. Or the Amino Hub. So if you go download Amino, so it's like Infinite Gamer's part of NMS Cafe. You download the Amino app for the Amino Hub, and they have a database with all of their discoveries, ships, multi-tool locations, stuff like that. And you just follow the instructions and do your thing. I need to do the same and just get a better multi-tool with better stats. I'm in the Amino, but I keep forgetting. Yeah, I mean, there's so many communities out there. It can definitely get tricky. All right, if this next hauler lands and it isn't an S-Class, probably gonna have to end the stream there. Mainly because I'm tired. I did a lot of work today, but I had to throw on some No Man's Sky to wind down. And there we have it, it's Class B, unfortunately. So I'll make sure I'm right about that. Class B. Yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning actually in my time zone. And I got up very early this morning. In fact, I got up like around 7. I mean, that's not very early, but I got up around 7. And then did what I had to do. Then I went to a friend's house, helped them move, came home, and then worked on my car, and then now here I am. So, had a bit of a long day. Guys, I really appreciate y'all joining the stream, coming in the chat. It was very impromptu. I didn't plan it in advance and didn't really have much of an objective. So I really appreciate you guys sticking around for as long as you did. I want to give a big shout out to Gaming Line for jumping in the chat. Haven't seen that guy in forever. Very excited to see him in the chat. His life's been busy just like ours. And he just hasn't been able to make it on. So really glad to see him. He's been part of the Hidden Panda Show family since before we even were this channel, back when we were still using my personal YouTube account. So, like I said, big shout out to Gaming Line. Big shout out to Funny Imps that was in the chat. Alpha Pixis, Sean Murray the God. You know, everybody that's been in here tonight. Grammy. Big massive shout out to Grammy. Empty Benches, who goes by the name of Rick McPherson also. Big shout out to him. Kazuya. Big shout out to Kazuya. Freaking love that guy. Peter Enstrom that came in the chat, man. Appreciate you showing some love, Peter Enstrom. Thank you for dropping in here. Slade Braddock in the house. Always happy to have Slade Braddock. And, yeah, guys. So, thanks for hanging out with me while I tried to look for this hauler. I clearly did not find it, but we can always try again. And, yeah. As always, I'll catch you guys later on in the No Man's Sky universe. Panda. Out.